Good morning, everyone. So, in the last class, we have started with chapter number 14, that is atmosphere. And we have read up to the heat zones of the earth, in which we have read that there are three heat zones. The first is the torrid zone, temperate, and the frigid. And in this video, we are starting with the atmospheric pressure. Okay. Now, what is atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure is the air exerted, on the atmosphere or on the Earth's surface. That is called as atmospheric pressure. We can take an example of a balloon. Balloon is a very small size, but when we, exert air into it, then it expands. Okay. So that is, by this example, we can see that atmosphere or air does have pressure. Okay. Now, atmospheric pressure is actually, can be measured by the help of a barometer. You can see an image of a barometer over here. And the units to express atmospheric pressure is millibars, that is MB. Now, there are so many factors which affect pressure depending upon, region to region. We are going to read about them one by one. First is altitude. Okay. Now altitude is, there are certain areas which are plain and then there are certain areas which are very high away. Okay. So, as we go higher, then we will find more and more, then you will find decreasing pressure. Okay. The pressure is maximum when it comes to land surface or ocean surface. But as we go higher towards the altitude, then we will find less and less of pressure. Second is temperature. The temperature and atmospheric pressure both have inverse relationship. Whenever the temperature is rising, for example, 25 degrees Celsius, 28 and 29 and 30, then the pressure starts to drop. Okay, it starts to drop. So that is the relationship between temperature and pressure. Now, what is the reason behind it? See, this is a land, and when this land gets heated up, the temperature is rising, then what will happen is that the air flowing above this land will also become heated. It will expand and it will move towards the, towards the, means above into the sky. Okay, it will move, it will be a very light air now, because as we have read that the warm air, moist air is more lighter than the cold air or dry air. So it will expand and it will move towards the, troposphere. Then what will happen, that here, because there is no air, so the pressure will become decreasing, because the air has been, moved towards the atmosphere. That is why here you will not find any pressure over here. So that is why the pressure will keep on decreasing as the temperature will rise. Moisture, again, as I told you that, the air which has water vapor or which has moisture is lighter. That is why when the moisture is rising, when the moisture, or you can say the moisture also rises when the temperature is rising, then the pressure will decrease. Okay, because the air which has moisture is light, and that is why it will, expand and it will move towards the troposphere, and it will decrease the pressure because there is simply no air towards the land to exert. Okay. Then finally, rotation of the earth, because as you know that earth is always moving, is always rotating from west to east. That is why, due to this rotation, the mass of air always displaces, and that is why the air will also displace. Okay, and this is how the pressure condition will also change. Then we are talking about another phenomenon, that is winds. Now, what is a wind? Wind is actually, the air which is moving, and the wind always move from high pressure towards the low pressure areas. This is a similar case, because here we can take this example only because on this land surface the temperature is rising. The temperature is rising, then the air above it will also become, temperature of the air will also become hot, and it will expand and it will move towards the atmosphere. So here, because there is a vacuum, because there is an empty space, so the wind from the high pressure areas will come towards it. So that is the reason behind that when we say that the wind always move towards the high pressure area, towards the low pressure areas, that is because there is a vacuum over here, and to fill that vacuum, that is why the wind always keeps on moving from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Now, in order to ascertain about the movement of the wind, in which direction it is moving, we use wind vane. So that is one instrument. Another is we have anemometer. Anemometer is actually tells you, the speed of the wind. So that is another, another kind of a, gadget which is actually used in order to know about the wind. Okay. Now, types of wind. Now we are going to read that there are three types of wind: planetary, periodic, and local. Planetary wind is one which is actually, flowing all the months. In all the 12 months, they are flowing. So that is why they are called as permanent and prevailing wind also. And, they are called as planetary wind. Second is periodic wind. Periodic wind is those wind which are not flowing all throughout the year, but in certain months only. So that is why it is periodic in nature. Okay. We can take an example of monsoon wind. Monsoon wind which actually flows after the end of summer season only, and before the starting of, and it ends before the starting of the winter season. So that is called as periodic wind, which has a particular period to blow. And finally, local winds are those, which are not everywhere, but they are present in certain regions only. For example, if we talk about Rajasthan, in Rajasthan during summer, we have Loo, which is a hot dry wind which blows only in when May and June in Rajasthan regions only, because it is a desert area. So these are called as local wind because they are, local to the area of, western Rajasthan only. Okay. So that is called as a local wind. So these are the three types of wind. Now, sometimes wind always converts into cyclones. Cyclones, whenever there is a, movement of fast movement of air and water and everything in Indian Ocean, then it is called as cyclone. Otherwise, in other areas, it is also named as tornado or hurricanes, by different names. But in Indian Ocean, whenever this kind of phenomenon occurs, it is called as cyclones. So whenever there are many conditions, whenever there is a low pressure towards the sea, and when there is a hot winds are moving, and when there is a warm water or a warm ocean current is also there, whenever these 3 4 conditions are there, then it turns, these wind turns into, cyclones. And these cyclones actually, helps in creating storms and thunderstorms, and that is called, that is the whole process of formation of a cyclone. Generally we get cyclones in the, Bay of Bengal region. Okay. So here there is also given a, case study of cyclone Titli, which occurred in the Indian Ocean in the year 2018, and it actually impacted Odisha and Bengal and, Bangladesh, these nearby regions. Okay. So this is we are doing in this video. In the next video we are going to understand humidity and all other factors. Thank you so much.